Got off to the 8-0 start, to get going, and it seemed like you had all the momentum on your side. But what kind of happened after that point?
I don't really know. I think we just kind of, they started scoring baskets, and we just kind of, we get in this funk where we just start thinking like, oh no, like they're scoring points. Like, what are we gonna do? We get nervous, we get scared. Like, I think our whole team just kind of just breaks down after. I don't know how to explain it. We don't keep like the same attitude. When they start scoring, if we're scoring 8-0, whatever, and they start scoring, our attitude kind of changes. We stop talking, we stop cheering each other on. It's just, I think we just lose our attitude and our focus, really.
You were really hot from the three-point line tonight. I mean, was that a point of emphasis at halftime when you're talking with Coach Patel? Or?
I mean, it's just crazy because every team comes in here and just shoots lights out. I don't know what it is about this gym, but everybody just shoots lights out. So in the first half, of course, it wasn't as much emphasis on it, but after halftime, of course, like we needed to get out of our zone defense. They were hitting everything, so I think that was a big focus. It's just we needed to play straight up. We needed to play man defense.
Coach Littell talked about making shots. You definitely seemed like got good shots off, but just wasn't falling. What do you think that had to do with?
Oh, man, I'm just tired of the inconsistency. Like, everybody's in the gym. That's the thing. We're all shooting. We're all taking extra time to shoot. Our shots just aren't going in, and it's frustrating because we're all working hard on it alone and with like our teammates, but it just won't go in. I don't know how to answer that. We're working on it, and I don't know. It's frustrating.
What are you gonna have to do to get players like Liz Donahoe or Shonda Johnson going? Because they've kind of struggled the last 3 games.
You want to take this one?
I think that's just a confidence level type of thing, and so I feel like if their shot started falling, then like their game would just be that much better. I think so. That's just a confidence level type of thing. So.
Do you think it's things that defenses are doing against you guys, or do you think it's just something that you guys need to work through?
Well, sometimes Liz shoots three-pointers. Everybody's running out on her. I think sometimes we focus so much, like in practice, is her like just shooting three-pointers and her just getting open three-pointers when obviously they know what she does and that's what she's good at. So I don't know. Practicing different things, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm so frustrated at this point. It's just we're working on everything. That's why it's so frustrating. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with us. We're in a funk.
On a bit of a lighter note, talk about your teammate. Kaylee has a big night, 11 points. I mean, what did you see from her play tonight?
She works her butt off. She works her butt off in practice, in the games. That's what we need her for, is to get rebounds and putbacks. So I think she's doing her job. She's working on it on her own. She's working on it in practice. She just is working hard. And when you play hard, you work hard, things are going to go right for you, I think. So.
And Kaylee, your situation, I mean, you're part of a three-person rotation down low. Does that kind of breed competition in practice to have, 3 players kind of all vying for playing time in that one spot?
It is, but at the same time, like I like to learn from each of the other two, and so like it's a competition. But then again, that's just bettering us as players because there are 3 of us, and so we just feed off each other and then we battle each other in practice to make ourselves better.
They do beat each other up there.
Kind of both of you guys, it's been a while since this program's lost 3 straight like you guys have now. I mean, how does that kind of feed into your motivation going forward, knowing that, it doesn't get much easier from here with the Big 12 stretch coming up?
I mean, we're just focusing on the little things that we keep doing wrong, and I think if we keep working on those and we keep doing those things in practice and getting better at those things, I think that's really what we need to focus on. I think that will get us to win games and to play together. So I really think we just got to keep practicing little things and I can't say not think about the losses, but I just think we have to move on to the next game and just work on things that we did wrong in this game and just continue to get better as a team, I think.
I'm tired of losing. You tired of losing?
Definitely.
How do you guys move forward now that Brittany Atkins is out for the year?
I mean, that's a good thing. We got a long bench of guards, so I think we have nice backups, I say. She's quick. It's a big loss for us, but I think that Kate comes in. She brings us energy. She can make shots. She plays defense as hard as she can. Lakota did good today, so I think we'll be okay. it's sad, and it's a big loss for us because she does score 10 points a game. But I think that we have a lot of girls that can come in and make up for those points.
Going back to Kaylee, making the transition from high school to college can be pretty, I imagine, pretty hard. Would you say the game's just coming more naturally to you now in the college game?
Now it is. At first, it was a real struggle for me, especially because I was from like the smallest of the small, and coming up to D1, I was so overwhelmed. But now that I have teammates who push me, I have leaders who like look after me and help me to like better my game. Like this game is getting easier to play. So.
You know, you don't have to look very far to see the difference in the game. Points off of turnovers. I don't know how many careless passes we threw that resulted in layups for them, but I thought that was the difference in the game. You can't do that against a good team. TCU is a very tough matchup for us in the fact that they put 5 athletic kids out on the floor that can score off the dribble, and I believe they're leading the Big 12 in three-point shooting. And when you go over the scouting report and you look, and every one of them's shooting 38 to 40+% from the three, it's just a hard matchup for us. Hamilton's a really good player for them, and Zayna Medley's a good player. They're an experienced team that has started most of those kids since their freshman year, and now they're all juniors and seniors. And they struggled a little bit at Iowa State, and we knew that they were going to come in and play with the sense of urgency they did. They shot the ball extremely well, and thought we played better in the second half, but you can't make the mistakes that we made and expect to win the game.
You know, you were able to get pretty good shot attempts, just wasn't falling. Is there anything you've seen in practice that can explain that, or?
You know, we missed too many in practice as well, and you know, when you miss 2-footers, it's like a turnover. They're deflating. It's demoralizing. It just hurts your team. It just like it takes the wind out of your sails when you do that. You work that hard to go get a putback, or you run offense and somebody penetrates and you get it downside and you miss a 2-footer. It's detrimental to your team, and I don't know what the answer is. We work on post moves all the time against defense, and the bottom line is you got to make some of those. I believe we cut it to 4 and missed a dead 2-footer to cut it to 2 and had them on the ropes a little bit there, and you never know how the game would have turned out if you do that. And they go down at the other end and score, and now you're battling back again. So it's pretty simple. Don't throw them layups, and make your own 2-footers and make your own layups, and there'll be better outcomes.
You guys get out to the 8-0 lead in the first half to start, and then finish, you know, with them going on a 10-0 run. I mean, those last 3 minutes, what do you think happened in this, man?
You know, they switched some screens on us. We didn't execute the way we needed to, and I thought we got a little careless with the basketball. And when you start missing some shots again, I think it affects you on the defensive end, and we weren't as sharp as we needed to. We came out in a little 2-2-1 press to start the ball game, and I thought it gave them some problems, but just to finish the last 5 minutes of the half, it's been that Achilles heel that we've had all year long of just going in scoring droughts, and it's a product of either turning it over or missing shots that are good shots.
You know, it's been a while since this program has lost 3 straight like you guys have now. You know, going into this next week of practice, is it kind of a sense of urgency with your players? Is it kind of steady as you go to just keep grinding away? But I mean, what kind of becomes the focus?
I mean, every week in this, you know, I'm not saying it is a cliche, but every game's a sense of urgency in this league, especially after you've dropped 2 at home and haven't played particularly well. You know, if you want to be a tournament team, if you want to be an upper division team, there needs to be improvement in practice, and there needs to be a sense of urgency. Exactly right on that. And you just can't keep dropping games at home that you have a chance to win. And again, TCU is very talented, and we look up and we've got a 6'3" guard and a 5'11", 6'1" guard. They're playing 5 guards, and it's a tough matchup for us. And they didn't shoot the ball at Iowa State well, so we came out in some zone. They came out and lighted up today, so who knows?
What do you say about your team's energy level today?
You know, I thought our energy level at the end was very good. The end of the first half, it wasn't what it needed to be. I thought we started the game, but there was a span of about 5 or 6 minutes that the energy level wasn't good, and it just wasn't good basketball. You know, and sometimes when things are going a little rocky for you, it affects other parts of the game. And, you know, proud the way we finished. Came back, had an opportunity to close within 2 or 4 points, and we just got to build off of that.
Media notes before the game that Brittany Atkins will be out for the season with an injury. Can you talk a little bit about what that situation is?
It's a meniscus. You know, sometimes you're able to shave that and be back 3 to 6 weeks. That isn't the case. So it's more extensive than that, and she will be lost for the season.
For your bench now to kind of fill
somebody else got to step up. You know, I've never ever used injuries or illness as an excuse. You got to be good enough as a basketball team that somebody comes up and picks up the slack, and we need to do it collectively. It can't be one person just come up and say we're averaging 2 or 4 points, now we're going to average 10 or 11. That isn't the nature of it. We got to do it collectively. And you know, a lot of these kids came here to play basketball. They're going to have an opportunity, and they need to seize that opportunity.
Lakota paid you a lot towards the end there. What do you think she provided you in those final minutes?
You know, Lakota made a nice pass, got out and got a bucket in transition. Had 4 assists. I thought she played relatively well. We're searching a little bit, you know, and I thought she was a bright spot. Had some defensive lapses. You know, she did some things very good on the offensive end, and then there were some defensive lapses at the other end. So you got to be complete on both ends. But I thought she gave us some energy, and you don't need to look any further that we made a little bit of a comeback when she was on the floor.
What's your team need to do to get Ed Donahill, Sean Johnson going? They've kind of struggled the last few games.
Yes, they have. You know, I think we've got to change some things up offensively. I believe that one thing we need to do that we've got away from is we need to go score in transition. When you're struggling a little bit offensively, you need to try to find a way to score easy points, and you get better looks in transition. So we got to work on pushing the ball harder, finding Liz some shots trailing on it, get Rose some shots in the open court, and then we've got to make those shots. You know, we could look back the last 3 games, and we've had a lot of golden opportunities, a lot of really good shots that haven't gone in. You know, sometimes as a coach, you need to do something to help somebody get going. Sometimes a player needs to get themselves going as well. So.
Offensive production out of Kaylee tonight, but especially with the 1 3-pointer. Is that something she's shown off in practice, or?
You know, she's 2 for 3 on the year now, and we've worked on it with her a little bit, and that's one of those things when it goes in, everybody's hooping and hollering, and then when you miss badly on the next one, everybody's going, what are you doing letting her shoot that? So it's a two-sided sword there, and but she's got nice touch on the ball, and you know, I'm not going to tell her that she can't shoot that. She's 2 for 3 for the year.